Bolanle Edwards. Bolanle Edwards is COO at Mary Edwards Soft Furnishings, an interior design and space management company. This she started after working at the Communication Trends Nigeria Limited and Shell Petroleum Development Company, SPDC. Bola, as she is fondly called, came across some alarming statistics in 2009 on child safety, which triggered the birth of STRAP and Safe Child Foundation, a non-profit organization where she acts as the convener. She is a die-hard child safety advocate at home, road, and school. STRAP and Safe Child Foundation works in tandem with the Federal Road Safety Commission, FRSC, and other stakeholders. Good afternoon to you, Bolanle.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having me.
Yes, good to have you on the show this afternoon. How are you today?
Awesome. And you?
I'm very well, thank you. Very well, thank you. So, Fayo, would you usually say you should say hello to your people in your lingua franca?
Echo Dede with you. Echo Leo.
Awesome. Good to have you on the program, Bolanle Edwards.
Thank you.
So,
thank you.
The workplace focus on optimizing the work environment to promote employee comfort, reduce injury risk, and enhance productivity. It involves designing workstations and tools to align with employees' physical needs, reducing the likelihood of musculoskeletal disorders, and improving overall performance. Effective ergonomic practices contribute to long-term health, increased job satisfaction, and cost savings for businesses. In today's fast-paced work environment, more attention is being paid to the physical conditions of employees' experience at their desk, machines, or workstations. Workplace is no longer just a buzzword. It is an essential element in ensuring a safe, comfortable, and productive workspace. Now, let's get started, Bolanle. What is a workplace ergonomics?
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm so super excited when I saw this topic, and I think it's very hard that we discuss this issue because it's been ongoing for as long as a workspace exists. Okay. So really, I'm just going to say that I know we're celebrating the World Maritime Day, and we're talking about navigating the future, safety first. Mm-hmm. And everybody in a workspace is prone to injury.
Okay.
But how do we mitigate against this injury? So I'm just going to simply say that workspace ergonomic is just involves designing and arranging workspace to minimize strain and discomfort on the human body. Pretty much so.
Okay.
You know, every employee should know how to be safe whilst you're doing everything and anything within the workspace. Sitting down, walking, you know, even talking and eating and all of those things. Mm-hmm. You must be very safety conscious. Because I remember that I had an issue after I'd left my 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And it was my back. It was the back. I had an ergonomic chair quite right, okay. But I wasn't. You know, whenever we get to the stage where we're asking, how do you relax and all of that in the office? Because I wasn't getting up. I was just sitting down, and times I just wanted to work, and I developed a back pain, which I had to really deal with for like a year or so. So really, is designing a good workspace for every worker within that ecosystem.
Now, can you let us more into this ergonomics? I'm curious. Aside from putting a table and a chair together in a work environment, I mean, shouldn't that be enough for someone who is coming to work?
Well, it's more than that, because if you look at the flip side of what it's going to cost you, it's is more, and we're looking about poor ergonomics, which can lead to injuries, back pain, fatigue. You know, even the ability for the worker to deliver effectively and comfortably is also not there. So really, it goes beyond just a good chair and a good table and a workspace. We're talking about emotional stability of the person who is using those things.
Okay.
Very, very important.
Okay.
So really is emotional, it's psychological. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so now I would like you to, identify some common workplace injuries associated with poor ergonomics.
Right. The first that came to my mind, of course, like everybody would know, is the back pain. Back pain is a no-no. A lot of us develop back pain from sitting on chairs that are not ergonomic friendly. We sit, we slouch, we sit for hours on end without having to walk around and relax. Back pain. Secondly, fatigue. Fatigue is also part of it as well. Thirdly, let me bite my tongue. It's called musculoskeletal disorder, which means you're having to deal with bone issues here, maybe in the legs, the kneecap, and your elbows, and things like that. So musculoskeletal disorder is also something that people need to guard against. We also have carpal tunnel syndrome. Repetitive strain injuries as well. You have people who are getting injured from not having a good ergonomic structure in the office. So these are, and many more. I'm just going to cut it very short here, but there are a lot more topics there.
Okay. Having identified all of these things now, let's now look at how an ergonomic adjustment improve productivity in the workplace.
Absolutely, it's when you are in a good place of mind, physically, emotionally, psychologically.
Hello? Uh-oh. Hello, Balanle? Hello?
You hear me?
Okay. Yes, you're back.
It does improve productivity by 10 to... You will shock. This is confirmed by the Occupational Safety and Health Administration. Secondly, it can reduce workers' compensation claim. All of that in the taxpayers' money, by 25%. Then it can save businesses up to about 144.8 billion annually. This has been confirmed by NSITF. It can save them 144.8 billion and so many other, improvements when you have the right ergonomics in place.
Now, let me get this right now. How does this translate to, saving an employer, all of these things you mentioned?
How does it serve the employer? How do you mean?
Yes, you did say that it will save an organization a certain amount.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
So can you explain further?
Okay. All right. What I mean by that is it's not just going to save the employers a lot of money, even the economy as a whole, the nation as a whole, because we're looking at how to reduce deaths and injury due to accident and all of that within the workspace ecosystem. So if we're looking at whatever affects a company, affect the society, affect the family, and affect the nation, even if it's not going to be monetized. I mean, a life that is lost during work hours can never come back again. Like it's gone,
Sure.
Which reduces the productive years. An economy of the working in an economy of a particular time, So really, it's not just the employer alone; it's saving money, as a whole as well. A lot of productivity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get something clear. For some people, ideal work environment is a well-centered environment. It is an environment you have, the tiles, everything intact, and a couple of other catchy things. But then let's look at, from your own perspective as a professional, what are the key ergonomic practices that businesses should implement to prevent injuries?
Well, a lot of things we should practice. First off, I would say that you can't go wrong with training your staff how to be in a safer ecosystem. You can never go wrong with that. You can't underestimate the power of training. As simple as it looks, CPR training is a must for every worker within an organization, whereby people be safe by just giving the breath of life. Secondly, the AED usage as well is very important, whereby workers are trained on how to be emergency ready. We're talking about people being harmed with the knowledge and also equipment to use. Peradventure, you have a worker who has cardiac arrest or somebody who is going through heart failure. Very important. And I will say again, basic wound care by applying first aid box or first aid to injury is also very important. And fire extinguisher training. I mean, these are little things that you hear that there's fire outbreak somewhere, and people are pouring buckets of water, whereby, and before you know what is happening, the building is already gutted. I mean, if you have worker trained, officers, safety officers who are on ground at your workplace, it's easy for you to just quickly know how to apply those first aid fears and the matches to any outbreak that you have around you. Very important that everybody is armed with this information.
Amazing stuff. If you're wondering who I have been speaking with, I have with me on the show this afternoon, Bolanle Edwards. She is the CEO at Mary Edwards Soft Furnishings, an interior design and space management company. All right, quickly, let's, Bolanle, hold your thought, please. Let me quickly take Lagosians through some traffic reports. Like I said earlier, connecting Ketu by Demori from Tipa End, it's a steady one there, and that's basically due to influx. Likewise, Lagos-Ibadan Expressway heading in with Alakpere, it's building up already, really getting busy connecting Alakpere. And for those of you around Akpogbo, it's a very good one on CMS Bridge in Wadafin Canal down to Jorolokpa by NEPA. The sending CMS Bridge to UB roundabout connecting Inner Marina is good. It's steady on Broad Street to Akpogbo, and then is the bridge connecting Ofin Canal and Olowo Bowo. All right, Bolanle, let's continue with our conversation. Now, how can employers effectively assess and improve their current workplace ergonomics?
Well, like I said, it's very important that, like I said, that for everyone who is in a workspace, they must be safety conscious. And like we say in the safety corridor, that is safety first. Safety first. Very important that everyone is equipped with all the safety measures within a workspace. And what we're saying here is a call to action. Workplace economic and first aid basics are very crucial for everyone. And of course, we're looking at the things it can do. It can save life, it's comfortable, it's productive. And of course, if we have more people like a country or like a maybe funders who can also invest in economics and providing first aid training for organizations, because at times organizations look at these things like it's quite fund intensive, but then if you look at what's going to be the negative effect of it, you rather save life than having to spend more money and lose life. So really investment, funding,